Now let us do some validation. Make sure the validation is perfectly working fine. And the way for us to do that, first of all, when we pick the gender, I want to go back here to on value change, and gender must be equal to E as well. Same thing here, gender is not equal to E. Okay. For the password fields, we want to do two things. First is coming over here, and we want the obscure text to be true, so that we'll just see dots because it's a password. And for the confirm password, we will do the same thing, so we'll just see dots again. Okay, what else can we do here is this validation is okay, this one is okay, and else if here we want to see if the password controller dot text is not equal to value, we want to return a text saying that the password is and the value inserted for the confirm password do not match. Okay, the password and the confirm, or I'll just write the passwords do not match. Done. Perfect, right? Something else we may need to do here is for the border, then we need input border dot none, and just copy this to make sure that underline doesn't show. That's why we're using this. And just copy it and paste it everywhere inside of the input decoration. Make sure you're pasting on the right position, blah blah blah. And for the full name, the same thing. Done. Is there something missing? Well, I don't think so. I do not think so. Now, if we are to view what's happening on our app, you see, now we don't have that underline here, we just have the text, and this is what we want. Fine. Awesome. What else is there to be done? And just check this. When we're typing the password, now we're getting these dots because of what we did. Awesome. That's what we want. And finally, I'm trying to do something else, giving the option to hide and show the password. How can we do that? Is by coming over here. Okay, let's try, and we'll add a new widget here, which is going to be a list tile, of course, because I like list tile. And here, instead of child, you're going to give title. And then make sure you're wrapping the text form field in that title. And here, after the title, we're going to give sorry, trailing widget, which is going to be icon button. Icon, we're going to give these icons. We'll do them full screen to make sure you guys see. And for the icon here, icons dot I. On pressed, for now we'll just leave this as it is. Okay. And matter of fact, let me not use icon button because it's going to increment the width of the text field in a way I don't want. Let's just use the icons dot remove red eye. And this is what happens. Because of the icon, this password field, it's bigger than the normal or the other fields. So I don't know if that's something we will want to live with. I don't know. But having this functionality to view the password, what you're actually typing, it's something very useful. But I don't want to compromise the design as well. So what can we do is, let me try something, and if I think it's looking fine, maybe we can leave it like that. Let's just take this padding, done, and we will paste that underneath the email field, to see how it looks. Okay. And for the password, I think it doesn't make much of a difference using icon or icon button. At the end of the day, I'm getting the same effect. So just put here icons, or I can just reduce the icon size. That would be something. Think fast, Santos, think fast. How do you want to go about it? Okay. Icons dot remove I. And for the unpressed, for now, let's leave it like that. And this is what happens. If I try to resize this icon, does it make a lot of difference on our UI? It doesn't. It does not. I'm trying to make sure that our design looks fine. That's why we are on this trial process here to see if things will get any better, because we can go ahead using, okay, you know what, let's leave it the way it is. Doesn't make, it's not a big deal anyhow. Okay, so we will leave it the way it is for the password. And for the confirm password, again, we come over here, then we will add a new widget, which is going to be a list tile, and instead of child we want the title. And again, just come over here and copy this, blah blah blah, and here you paste it. Okay, and it's okay. But what's the use of this now? How can we make this work? Come over here at the very top, and we will create another variable, a bool called hide pass. By default, it's going to be true. And when you come down here to the obscure text, we will just paste hide pass, and for the confirm password as well must be hide pass. So what else? When we click on this, what we're going to do is simply to set a state where hide pass is going to be false. We copy this and we come over here, just do the same thing. Okay, I guess that's all for now. Of course, if we were to test this on the app, as you can see, we are typing the password, and if I click on this, for example, here we are typing the password. Oh, man. Let me rerun this. Okay. We'll hit sign up. Here we come. Then we will start typing the password. And if you can see, now we are hiding the password. And I just hit this and we display the password. That's all. Now, let us actually go ahead and create our user on the database for now. What's supposed to happen when you press on this? We will create another method called validate form, and the method doesn't exist, so we will create that. Okay, form is supposed to be form of form state. Will be equal to form state is equal to form key dot current state. Okay, so to validate our form, we will if what our form state validates couple things we will do here, and first of all is we will reset the form. Okay, that's not important to reset the form because anyway we're going to be shifting. We have to create our user. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is come back to the top, and there are a couple things. Our Firebase app is already here. First we'll do one thing. Instance. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, current user. we will try to check if the user exists. Okay, and this is how we do this. But because it's asynchronous, we have to use a wait, and this method here is going to be asynchronous as well. Okay, when we validate, we will check if this Firebase user, or if the Firebase, if there's someone logged in or something does exist. And after this, we will if user is equal to null, meaning that the user does not exist, we will do something which is Firebase user dot oh, 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 oh. Create user. Maybe that's not the best thing to do, but anyway, await dot Firebase out dot we want to create user with email and password. That's what we want. And here we will have first the email text controller dot text, and afterwards we're going to have the password dot text. Okay, Firebase user. Or better yet, let's not do it this way. Okay, oops. Reformat this. So here we have the Firebase out create user with email and password. Email we're going to take from the email controller, the password as well. When this is done, then this is going to return something, and that something that's going to be returned from this method is the user. And when that user is returned, we will want to do something. Okay, let us create another package here. Oops, not a Dart file. The package is going to be called db, for example, and inside of that package db we will create a new Dart file called users. Okay, and for that class user services, we will need to import a couple stuff here, and of course we'll need the Firebase database. And we will just hit here and bloom. Let's just go here, and Firebase out is not what we want. we need Firebase database. Um, okay, I wanted just to go and copy somewhere, but seems like I will have to write import package. Um, Firebase. Okay, I think that we don't have the Firebase database package here, do we? Yes, we don't. So we don't have that dependency. So what we can do here is open Safari and Firebase database Flutter. Installing. This is what we need. Copy and go back to our Android Studio and paste that and run a packages get. Seems like we are having a problem here. It depends on blah 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 blah. It's saying that this version of the Firebase database is not compatible with the other ones, so just remove that. And okay, when you do this, this will automatically find a version for you, so just remove the version when you get that kind of error and the problem will be solved. Now let's go back to the users, and now we will do Firebase database. That's what we want. So in here we will use Firebase database, and here it's going to be called database, which is equal to Firebase database instance. Okay, done. And what else do we want? We want string, which is going to be our reference, and that string will be equal to users. Done. Now we need a method, create user, and this will eventually take some parameters that we will define, but for now in here we're going to have database dot reference dot child, and for the child we are going to paste ref dot, okay, just delete this, and database Firebase database reference child ref. Here for this child ref is basically we are creating a new node, and the name of the node is going to be called ref users. And if you're coming from SQL or another kind of relational database, just imagine this as the table name. Okay, done. And here we're going to create a push because we want to push something into the database, into that table. And for the push we are going to set takes a map, so I will just leave value in here, and I will make this to take a map value. Okay, This is all that we have to do. Catch error e. Ooh. Can we use this like that? So if we have an error, we will want to oops, what's the problem, bro? Print. We will want to print that error e dot to string. Not required. So what we're doing here is we're getting a reference of the database. We're creating a table called users, and we push a set of values that we're going to get. Okay, and when we have the error, we want to print that error. That's all we're doing here. Now, what else is here to be done? Just come over our sign up, and we will want to import db and users.dart, and again user services is equal to user services, which is equal to user services. Done. We have this imported. Now let's go back down here. Let's go down to our validate form. So then what will we want to do in here is I'm saying create a user with email and password, and then from that created user we want to do something. Okay, then what? Then in here we will do user services dot create user. This is going to take a map, that's why we need to define that map in here. Map, and the name of the map is going to be value, which is basically a set of data. Oops, in here, and we're having an error. Expected to find undefined name value. What would be our problem here? Okay, maybe what he wants is this, but still we are having a couple of issues here. So what I can do is, instead of defining that variable there, come and define it here. And what we're going to do here is basically just do value is going to be equal to and in here we will define user name, and the username is going to be equal to what? We have a controller for this. Name text controller dot text. Okay, bro. Let's cut this. it's giving us a couple issues, and we will define our map in here. Create user. We have that the username is going to be equal to this, and what else do we want? The email is going to be equal to Firebase user dot email. Where's that? Email. Oops. The user ID again is going to be equal to user dot UID, and here again I can remove this. So the username is going to be equal to user dot display name. It's better. Display name. Okay, the name, the email, and the user ID is somehow done. And what else can we do here is the gender of the user is going to be equal to gender because we defined this. And another thing that we want here is orders for now. We can just give an empty map, and wish list. Oh, you know what, we will not define this now, we will define this afterwards. Okay, this is all we want: username, email, user ID, and gender. Done. There's something else I would like to do here, which is we are going to give the user dot UID in this function as a parameter. And let's come to the user dot dart. Here, instead of just taking a map, we will want to take a string again called UID. And here, what's the difference? When I use a push, it will automatically create an ID for me, for the user, but I don't want that. I want that the ID of that record inside of the table matches the ID of my user. That's why we're passing the ID. So I will do something like ref slash UID. So by default, I will have this UID as the ID of that table, the record. So basically we're saying table name users, the ID of that record is the same as the user ID. So what else is there to be done? This is solved, and once this is created, we will do something which is we have this user created and all, and after this is done, again we can do a catch. Catch error just in case, and we will print error dot to string just in case we get some problems there. And once all of this is done, we will just go to the, let's go back to the login and boom. What I want is this. We will just do this. Go to the home page. Okay. Delete this. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we did write a lot of code here. But let us try to see if things are working or not. So just hit run. For now, we only have the logic for the register screen, so let's try something first. Let's try just hitting sign up and see what happens. Oh, I forgot to do something. When we hit sign up, where's sign up? On press validate form. Okay, we have that. But for whatever reason, our sign up seems not to be working. Let's put that on full screen. Wait, 1 second. We can do something like form state dot reset here after that is valid, just to make sure things will work perfectly fine. And here because there is some mismatch here, this cannot be a void, this is a future. So we can do it future void. Okay. This is a future method. It can't be defined as a void. Done. And some other things we can do to improve this is just come to our sign up here, and our is going to be asynchronous. Let us run the app. Okay, give it a time. Sometimes this takes a while. Oops. It's taking a lot of time, more than expected. So let me just stop the processing and I will run the app from 0. Okay, let us take a time and then see what happened. Okay. Just left to do our final test to see if all of the code that is and after that is done, this video will be over. I wanted to do a short video, but you know, it's not an easy task. I can tell. That's what I can tell. Yeah, but everything seems to be working fine or well written. So let's just hope it's working as expected. Okay. Let us go back to our login, and if we hit sign up, now it's working. We have bunch of errors here. The password cannot be empty, blah blah blah, all of these fields. And now let me try to fill this stuff up, and for my name I'll write here Santos Santos. My email is going to be Santos Enoque .ss at gmail.com. Mail, of course. Let us create a good password now. But okay, I'll just put here 1 2 3 4 5 6, and here the same thing, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Hit sign up. Kaboomba! I'm logged into the app. But now that's not all. We need to make sure that what we need to do here, just a second, is go to Firebase and make sure that our user was actually created. So open my console, just open wherever you configured. Boom, boom, boom. So let's go to the databases and let's open our real-time database. And ladies and gentlemen, hold up. It does seem like we had a small issue here. And if we go to the users, okay, we have the authentication here done, correct, but the problem now was here on our database. But anyways, that cannot be a major issue. Do we have any information here? Okay, we have it here, and it says no such file or directory for the Firebase authentication. Invalid argument Firebase user. Okay, I know why. And Let me put this on full screen, and in here the error was, let's go to the validate here, just add to string. Okay, and let us try to do this again. Sign up, and now I'll use different credentials. Okay, here's our sign up window. For the name, I'll write Santos again. For the email, I'll write Santos at test.com, mail of course. 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Sign up, and we are in. Let us see if we have any log or any error info in here. Do we? Okay, let us go and check if our database did change. Let's go and check if our database did change. And it did not, and we're still having if we go back here to our authentication, we have the second user. Okay, I'll make sure I restructure this, because it's probably a very minor issue here. We can do this, trying to solve this without having to struggle much, because this video has been already too long. And let's go back to our first approach. Instead of that, just taking a map. Okay, and what else here on our sign up, we can do some basic modifications, because this might be why I'm having the error here. I'll take the name text controller dot text. For the email, again, I can take the name text controller dot no, I can use the email text controller dot text, and for the user ID, I'll just leave it like that. Let me go ahead and create another account first to rerun the app. Is it done? Well, hopefully. So let's create another account. I'll create a fake name, John, and for the email, just j@test.com. Password 123 123. I can hit display password so you can see that it's working. 123 123. The password match. Okay, let's go to our database now and see if we solve the problem. Boom, boom, boom. And here we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Don't mind this other fields, are just things I created, I don't know why. don't mind this. But our table or our node is users, and we were able to create this. We have our first user pushed. When I use push, this ID is automatically created. I didn't touch this. Now we have the email, the user ID, and the username. Okay, it's done. The only issue here is that this is different. These two fields are different. So let me try to fix this. Let me try to fix this by doing something like, because that what happens when you create the user using a push. Now let's go to the user again, put this on full screen. I don't want this to be automatically created, so I'll do something here. I'll create a string and I'll call it ID, and I'll say that it's equal to value what, user ID. And then here I'll, for the reference, I'm going to create ref slash ID, and we have this. Let's rerun the app and see what happens. So I really, just a second, let me go to Firebase authentication and delete all of these users. Delete account, delete account, delete account. Okay, all of the users. Run the app again. Okay, let's do a sign up. Of course, for the username, Santos, email santos at test.com, mail, password 123 123, and here 123 123. Sign up. And we had an issue. Probably because the passwords do not match. Okay, not a problem. 123 123, hit here. 123 123, and when I hit sign up, for whatever reason, for whatever reason, we are not user ID. User ID. What could be the issue now? Because all of the problem seems to be solved. I don't know what's wrong with you. Okay, because this was signed into another user. The last test that we can do to make sure things will work, I'll come and install the app. I'm having that problem because if you remember, I already had logged in with one account and I'm trying to do a login again, so things are not working perfectly. Let's run now and positive it's going to work. Okay, this may take a while. This may take a while. And this video is longer than expected. But anyways, that's not a big deal. Probably I would have to then edit this video and cut these parts for you guys. Just wait. But unfortunately, I'm not going to do that because the video actually is too long, and I would have to take some time to make that happen. But guys, I really hope you did understand, because this video was super long, but nevertheless super important, and I believe you did learn a lot of new stuff here that you're going to be able to use on this or other projects you have. And yeah, that's it. So now we're just waiting for the processing to finish, and to be honest, it's taking some time. Okay, it's done. It's done. Sorry for making you wait. Sign up. Let us do our test. Santos. No, let me do something different. Blue, another name. Mario. M at test.com. Password 123 123. Again 123 123. Again, sign up. And somehow we are having an issue here. I can't understand why is this so. Okay, this is not fun, but there's a way around that. Let us just come here to our confirm password, because you are giving us an issue. You don't know what's wrong with you. So what I will do is comment on you and focus on important things. Matter of fact, I'll just remove you because you're giving me problems, and see if the problem was that bug in particular or the whole app. Mario at test.com. Mail, of course, password 123 123. Sign up. Still, we are not signing up. Oh, damn. I believe I know what's the problem. Let us do a final test, and if it doesn't work, we will solve this issue on our next video, okay? On page, what I have to do is go ahead and import this, and let me we will be redirected to the home page, and in here I just have to hit log out, done, sign up, Jesse, email, gss at test.com, is a female, and the password is 123 123. Done. I needed to do a logout. That was the issue. And we in. Let us go to our users, our Chrome, and if I refresh here, to our database. Let's see. And still we only have, oh man. Okay, we will come and make this work perfectly on the next video, because this video was already too long. And actually it's working. I just have to fix something here and there. Okay guys, we will fix this issue on the next video, no problem. And it didn't, I mean, by the way we had our first entry on the table, we could just stop there because things were working. So see you on the next one. Bye bye. Don't forget to like and subscribe though.